Hey, Logan. All right, Chatterbug number two. You got some big shoes to fill to out conversate your mom, but I think you're capable of doing it. At least that's what I've heard. Yeah, you've heard that too, haven't you? Well, I'm glad you're here, Logan. Looks like it's just you and me right now. Yeah, I've heard her say that too, Logan. I always like it when your mommy's here because it's easy for me to do this because I don't have to talk as much. Um, Now I can count on you to do all the talking. So it's debatable whether you're the bigger talker. It could go, hey, but the fact that it's a good competition, huh? You get to hold the phone. All right, that sounds like a plan. Somehow I don't have a problem believing that. Right? That might have something to do with it. Yeah. But some people just like to be loud. So the visit with a sister and her family was great. Yeah, we filled a lot of time. So good time. I'm glad they came. I think they had a good time. They liked the house. They liked the places we went. Oh, I had waffles for breakfast too, Logan. I do it basically because it's easy and quick before the live stream. I like to sleep in on my days off, so I got to get up and get going here to do the live stream on Sunday. Hey, Yvonne, Beth is getting married in a month, so I'll be going to California for that. Yeah, she's getting married in Solvang. If you've ever heard of that, that's sort of a I guess Swiss themed village in kind of central California. What are you gonna do? Just get up and walk around in circles? Is that what it is? Yeah, I think Beth is staying in California. She's pretty, I guess, just can deal with all the nonsense. She's got a decent job, so good for her. That works for her. Then, and I ain't gonna get in the middle of that. It's actually not Rhonda today, Yvonne. That's Logan. I guess Rhonda's lurking, but Logan's got the keyboard. All right, here. How good did you do, Logan? What was the score? Give us a number or a letter. Perfect score. All right. What was the hardest word you had to learn how to spell? And can you still spell it? We had a nice little rainstorm come through this morning. Started about 4 a.m. and just stopped, maybe an hour ago. We got a embolism, huh? That's a hard word. Now, can you tell us what an embolism is? And yeah, right, and use it in a sentence. We let's see, we went to the health camp burger place. We had pizza at Slow Rise Pizza Place that night, and then we went to Saltgrass Steakhouse the next night. So we kind of hit the whole gamut of stuff here. Wow, that's right. That's right, Logan. That's what it is. Did you know that, or did you Google it? I don't think I knew what an embolism was at her age. Do you know what an embolism is even now? Have you even heard the word embolism? Wow, that's cool. Yeah, they had a good time at Magnolia. First day we went to, they wanted to hit the touristy things the first day. And so, like I said, we went to the Magnolia Silos, and the Dr. Pepper Museum is literally just a couple blocks away. So we walked over there, and then we walked downtown and walked across the bridge and went over and looked at the Doris Miller Memorial. And then that was kind of it for the day. We were kind of spent. Uh, my brother-in-law doesn't get out and walk as much. He's a cyclist, but wasn't, I guess, up to the long hike we took. We were probably out for like a mile, mile and a half, something like that. Uh, that wasn't really his thing, so we kind of gave up and went to dinner. And then the next day, one of the things my sister said is that my nephew would like to see someplace strange. And I said, okay, well, the strangest thing I can think of in Waco that's going to have a great backstory is going to be Mount Carmel, where the Branch Davidians were. So we went out there. And the truth is, I'm going to have to go back and revisit that with a camera. Uh, there was a woman there who lives on the property who basically was married to a guy who was a member of the church, and they're still on the property. This guy left the church at the time Koresh was there, but he was there before and he was there after, and they're sort of preserving the site now. And she had all sorts of information. I want to see if I can go back and put her on camera because I bet you she'd provide all sorts of insight. And then after that, let's see, we went to the Waco Mammoth Museum. They wanted to see that. And then we went and hiked down around Woodway Park. There's some nice trails down there. They wanted to see the lake, and that's some trail system that's right along the lake. So that was nice too. Of course, my brother-in-law, he's an investment banker, so he was fascinated, or an investment broker, and he was fascinated with home prices here. He couldn't believe, what I paid for my house. And we were driving around town. He was looking at house prices and like these mansions that you're seeing that like a million, million or one. It's like a house would be 10 million somewhere else is like nothing here. He couldn't get over the house prices. Yeah, Lake Waco. Because I got to admit, when I went to Mount Carmel the first time, I didn't really know a lot of the background of it. I remember the story when it happened, but you know, didn't really know that much about the whole thing. I just wanted to go to the site. But additionally, last time I was there, there was a church that was there, but the church was closed. You couldn't get in. They're trying, I think, to almost turn it into like a tourist attraction because I guess they get enough visitors coming down there. Um, that they decided, they were going to, kind of, spruce it up a little bit, have people have something to look at. Yeah, Lake Waco is a fun lake. I've been all around Lake Waco. Been onto the dam, been over to the dam on the north side, walked in the Waco wetlands, which is sort of the area adjacent to the lake. Woodway Park, that park that I go to with a dock that I use to judge how far the water is down. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, it was a little bit low, but we had a nice rainstorm today, so hopefully that'll help a little bit. It started raining about 4 a.m. this morning and it rained for about 4 hours, and it was a decent rain. And the rain gauge says we got about an inch and a half. I've never heard of that, Spaniel Mom. I guess I didn't see that vlog. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I know that. Welcome home to the Artemis crew. That was amazing. Hello, Gene. Yeah, we got to make sure everybody knows today that that's not Rhonda, that's Logan. That's funny. I've shrunk about 2 inches since I saw you all. That happens when you get older. Yeah. Cat fur. Thanks, dude. Thanks for shedding all over the place. Oh, I could beat that. Jordan visited my house and stayed in my guest bedroom. But it's not a competition or anything. Oh, mommy burn. Yeah, he became a little bit more clingy when Nibble passed away, but that's okay. He's my buddy. We had a good time this week, Gene. Saw a lot of fun stuff. Hey, Tracy. Charlotte being a tattletale. Yeah, pets have a tendency to drink out of the toilet. They don't understand. They don't get that. Hey, that's water. Mm. That'll do it too. Okay, here, let's. Yeah, that's better. Well, I picked something up at the Mammoth Museum. I don't know. It's nothing really special. It's kind of cool looking, but I don't know. It kind of breaks my rules a little bit about being artificial because that's a natural like quartz formation, but they coated it with gold and titanium to get that kind of rainbow sheen effect. So it's sort of artificial. It's pretty, but you know, whatever. It caught my eye. I thought it was kind of cool, so I picked that up. Well, that's good. I'm glad your mom's monitoring you. Yeah, it's kind of pretty. You know, they actually had more of a more in the gift shop this time than they did last time. I think the place is still kind of growing a little bit because they didn't have any like rocks. They had all sorts of stuff. Nothing that was really spectacular. This was really the only thing that caught my eye. You know, lots of stuff I think geared towards kids getting their first cool rock, not necessarily, you know, someone who's a collector like me. The thing that's the collect for the collector like me is the Rock and Mineral show, which is coming to Waco in about 3 weeks. So yeah, mark your calendars right now. Live stream on May 3rd will be canceled. I will be at the Rock and Mineral show. Well, I'm glad I'm one of the chats you're allowed to participate with, Logan. What did my sister? My sister, I didn't really. I don't think she really got a lot of stuff. Uh, the only place that there really would have been an opportunity for that was Magnolia Silos, I don't remember her getting anything. I know my niece got a couple things. Or wait, maybe did she get a hat? Maybe she got a hat. I don't remember. I don't know. I've heard about Logan's exploits on Amazon. I've thought about getting a nice cowboy hat. Maybe someday I'll come on the live stream wearing the hat and I won't say anything about it. Yeah, last time was pretty bad, Logan. And tell everyone what you bought, Logan. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, tell everyone what you bought. Well, that was nice, but tell everyone what you tell everyone the other thing you bought. Yeah, I definitely want to get a hat box. Absolutely. That was it. That was the one. The Cheese Whiz. Tell them how much Cheese Whiz. Blue suede cowboy boots, huh? Yeah, that's right. A 5 gallon pail of Cheese Whiz. That's the story I remember. Yeah, there's some Western apparel shops around here too that I'll go look at. You got a cowgirl hat? That's cool. I don't think I'll get a cowboy hat or a cowgirl hat. I don't think that would work, especially a pink one. But there's some nice ones out there. Just don't let her dress you up as a Barbie, Logan. I promise you that would be awkward. Racing cars, that's cool. That sounds like a fun job. There you go. Next, Jeff Gordon. All right. Now, even I know who he is. Boo Poo Duty, huh? Did Boo Poo? That's a drag. I don't really follow the racing circuit, but Danica Patrick is gorgeous. I'll give her that. Never actually been to like a car race myself. Actually, no, that's not true. I went to the Long Beach Grand Prix once. Ironically, with a friend of mine from college named Jeff Gordon, who wasn't the Jeff Gordon. Never been to anything else so like that. Went to the drag boat races on the Brazos a couple years ago. You might remember that. Had fun doing that too. I'd go back and do that again. Hopefully, it wouldn't be as hot of a day. It was miserable out there. It was like the hottest day of the summer. It was loud. I was surprised how loud those drag boat races were. That's good. I'm glad you washed your hands, Logan. That's important. Tastes a little watery. And remember, everyone, we're going to be able to think back when we remember Logan as just someone who talked on the live stream. We're going to say, "Yeah, I remember her way back when she just dreamed of being the next Jeff Gordon." Yeah, Charlotte can be the princess. That's awesome. Does Charlotte want to be the princess? Only if you want to be. They'll have to have the sensors on, that's for sure. Hey, Susan. Yeah, just kind of a quiet Easter for me. I just kind of hung around, did a lot of nothing. Yeah, that's Logan. She's not the princess. She's Jeff Gordon. It's a deal, Logan. I'll come and see you if, at the Texas Motor Speedway. I would think that they'd be looking for like gamers to fly drones and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, the gamers are gonna. You're right. They're gonna do well on the manual dexterity thing. Your car will always be blue. Blue's my favorite color. You have a drone? That's cool. But they'll need the gamers until AI is ready. I'd like to get a drone too someday. I want to get a good one though. Yeah, it's just a matter of practice on those things, and those things practically fly themselves now. I think at least the good ones. Fix the drone or fix the house. At least you didn't buy 5 gallons of cheese whiz. Not so little anymore though. She's grown 2 inches in the what last I don't know, what did you say, last year? RC cars are fun too. They've started using drones to deliver packages from Amazon now. I see them buzzing around the sky from time to time. I don't know if that's everywhere or just something that they legalized in Texas, but no, usually they're remote control, and you drive them on the street. You have to drive the big one today. That's cool. That sounds like fun. What I would figure they'd probably do is, and I don't know, this is just me guessing. I would guess that probably they fly to the location based on GPS, get above everything, and then probably there might be some pilot that takes control and actually delivers the package. Because I don't know how well those things are at like navigating around trees and stuff like that. If they still have to have a human involved in that. I don't know. Nothing's been delivered to me. The only thing I kind of get delivered on any regular basis is my grapefruit juice, and I don't think a drone is going to be carrying, 4 gallons of grapefruit juice. So you wanted at a car dealership, huh? Nice. I've heard about that, Yvonne. I also heard that people are like destroying the robots when they see them. There was a big fad a couple years ago, all over the place, including here in Waco, where they had these little electric powered scooters that you could rent. You don't see those anymore because people just destroyed them. Yeah, nothing better than grapefruit juice. Hello, Gene. Is that like a smart watch? Oh, the garden's going great. We had some nice rain last 6 hours or so that really did some good things. My pepper plants are already starting to bud. In fact, that was what the cover photo was this morning. And when I looked at this photo, I was actually really amazed at the photo, how cool the photo is. You don't really get a feel for it. But here, let me show you this thing. Let's see here. We want that. That's the photo of a couple of the peppers growing. You can see the peppers growing. But really kind of blew my mind was the reflection of the little. There was a little water drop on the bottom of one of them, and look at the reflection of the trees through that. How clear that image is. I didn't realize how great of a picture that was until I actually saw the thing in Photoshop. But how cool is that? And the camera caught that. But yeah, we got that's going to be the peppers in a very short time. Okay, that's a post I didn't expect to see today. Boo has poo on her butt. I gotta help mommy. Yeah, garden's going great. The tomato plants are, they're at least 12 inches tall, sometimes taller. Had to hold the tail. Oh man. This live stream has just gone off the tracks, hasn't it? Yeah, we had a nice storm come in last night. Dropped about an inch and a half here. So I love that. That's also great for the garden. The garden loves that. No snow though, too warm for that. It was a nice thunderstorm though. It rained for about 4 hours. Yeah, we're supposed to be kind of going into like a little wet period now. It was supposed to ever rain every day for like the next 10 days, but now not anymore. It's not going to rain tomorrow or the next day, but we still got a chance of some storms coming through. So that should be nice. I guess they're saying it's going to be an El Nino this year, so that might bring more rain to us. We could sure use that. Drought. I think that's what she means. After a while, you kind of get used to figuring out what everyone's typos meant. Oh, that's absolutely true. In fact, let me show you something here. Give me a second to get ready for this. I went out and shot some video that's going to probably end up on a future video here. Just this morning in the backyard after it rained, just showing the tomato garden here. Hold on, let me get this pulled up for you here. Got to copy it off the drive here. Okay, let's get set up here so I can show you this. I love the fact that I can do these little cutaways. Media player, right? Yeah, that's the one. This was the tomato plants right before the live stream this morning, and I loved all the bird activity in the backyard. Look at those tomato plants. So anyway, yeah, that's that. That's right. I can do video too. Don't know if they're moving to Austin yet. It might happen. I'm okay with loud noises if I know it's coming. Hello, Brock. How are you? Let's switch positions here a little bit. I'm going to slouch. I know they say you shouldn't do that, but I've always been a rebel. My nephew maybe is moving to Austin. I don't know. At very least, he'll be visiting here a lot more. I guess his fiance's parents live here, and so I don't know if he's going to move or what. But yeah, we had a substantial amount of rain that came through here, about an inch and a half. Started about 4 a.m., went for about 4 hours. They've been promising rain for, well, honestly, 2 weeks ago they were saying that the rain was going to start and be here every day my sister was here. That didn't happen, unfortunately, and it was a nice day to be out and about. But we got a few more days of rain coming up in the next few weeks. Hopefully a couple of them will materialize. I love it when it rains. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know if they've set a date or any of that yet. He's a paramedic, so I would guess he could find work anywhere. Yeah, I did take her out to the plot. I also found out that my nephew is a family member that's watching the vlog now. He doesn't watch all of them, but he's seen a few of them. He saw the ones on the cemetery plot and the headstone. He got worried. At the tone, the time will be noon o'clock. Yeah, I'm still doing the work in the backyard, although I'm not going to be out there for a while. The rain we got last night has reverted that whole area back into a pool again. So it's going to take a couple of days for the water to run out of there. Yeah, you're talking to Logan today, John. Yeah, Logan's carrying the conversation today. Yes, she is. Yeah, she's carrying the load here. I don't even need to be here. I could walk away and this live stream would still go on. All right, now Logan's the king. She's the number one participator in the live stream today. That's why she's got her purple crown, and she said she doesn't want to be a princess. I guess Rhonda's just kind of standing right by there, but Logan's got the keyboard today. Oh, she's knitting. That's cool. He was hijacked. Okay, so now we know the other side of the story. Oh, the yard's always going to be an ongoing project. When I get done with this, I'll do something else. Right now, I'm working on that big planter, and the garden's going. That's kind of the big thing this year right now. But that's the nice thing about having a big yard like that. There's a lot of room to do stuff. Yeah, she got a perfect score on her spelling test. It had to spell embolism. No, no fruit trees yet. I gotta finish up the garden first. That's gonna take a while. I don't know. I haven't really done anything this winter. I think kind of because every time it's a good time to do it, it rains and it's all muddy out there. But see, it isn't about doing the project and getting it done right away. It's about doing the project and having something to work on. So, it's going to be a long-term project that'll kind of come together over time. New plants are doing really well. I did that. I replaced that sprinkler head, and that was good. And then, of course, we got the nice rain this morning. Pineapple tree. That sounds like fun. Good seeing you, Tracy. Thanks for stopping in. See you next time. Yeah, I think I heard that, Logan. Had to get some grapefruit juice. That's important. I can attest to that. Didn't know there was pink pineapple. If it's the same as pink grapefruit, I'm not a fan. Oh, I like cranberry juice too. Yummy, yummy. I like all the things that have like really extreme flavors. Yeah, I don't like pink grapefruit juice. My life would be a lot easier if I did because you can get that anywhere. I can. My local HEB doesn't even carry uh, white unsweetened grapefruit juice anymore, so I have to get it from Amazon. Yeah, that's my thing, Gene. It's got to be unsweetened, or it just it isn't for me. Yeah, I'm really lucky because I don't know what I would do. Actually, there's a local liquor store that sells grapefruit juice, and it sells these bottles, but it's these like 1 liter bottles, and you know I would end up going up and cleaning out their inventory all the time because I buy 2 cases at a time or something like that. So I'm lucky I can get it on Amazon. I just feel sorry for the person who has to deliver it. That's cool that you grew all your trees from seeds. That's fun. I don't think I'll probably do that. I'll probably go buy trees that I can pre-plant. I've already been looking around. The Home Depot has some good trees, and the local nursery has some stuff too. So I'll have good places, to go when I'm finally ready to do that. I don't think they sold enough of it, and it didn't makes sense for him to keep it on the shelves, I'm guessing. I mean, I used to buy a lot of it. I'd go buy, you know, uh, four, six, eight bottles at a time. But I guess I wasn't enough. It's just tomatoes and chili peppers this year, Anaheim peppers and jalapeno peppers. Yeah, I'm sort of with you there, Logan. Too. I'm not a fan of avocados, but I love guacamole. Explain that. I mean, I wouldn't say I hate them. It's just, I don't ever say, gee, I could really go for an avocado right now. Sometimes it's okay on other things, but yeah, generally not. Charlotte loves them, but she's a little strange. That's okay. I'm a little strange too, Logan. Yeah, see, I don't have a problem with cucumbers or pickles. I mean, it's another one of those things I don't ever say, gee, I could really go for a cucumber right now, but I do like pickles. It seems to me that if you're a famous person and your last name is Butt, I think you would change your name. I mean, that's just me. I guess he's related to the the Butt family from HEB, Herbert E. Butts. That's what HEB is, Herbert E. Butts. We were joking about that with my sister when my sister was here. It's like, yeah, it's probably a good thing they called it HEB because you imagine saying, yeah, I need to get some groceries. Let's go to Butts. Yeah, I'm not a fan of beets either. That was something that my grandparents, my grandmother on my dad's side, was always into beets. She grew beets, canned beets, and we always ate beets. And yeah, I was never a fan. I have not had a beet in a long, long time, and it's still too early. Not calling her Charlotte anymore. You're calling her weirdo. Yeah, not a fan of beets at all. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being bold, Logan. We got something in Texas called fried pickles that are pretty good. don't think I've ever had. Why? I don't think I'd ever had them before. But one of the times Jordan was out here, he ordered some at a restaurant, and they were actually really good. Well, they do grow in the ground, so yeah. Like I said, never been a fan of beets. Just not my thing. Not really into like melons of most kinds either. Cantaloupe, uh, honeydew, not really into that. On the other hand, I love watermelon, so I don't know. That's that's probably why you won't ever see me drinking or eating a lot of like mixed fruit things because a lot of times mixed fruit is it's like 90% honeydew and cantaloupe. And it's like not into it. No, thank you. Now you got pineapple, you got watermelon, you got grapes. That's all awesome. Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with watermelon. Oh no, baby Fangs is watching me. Everybody run! Ah! Hey, Kenneth and Scott, welcome to the group. Thank you, Mark. Hope you have a wonderful week too. Yeah, that's John Lennon on my shirt. Everyone says, "Is that Jesus?" No, Jesus didn't wear glasses. That's John Lennon. I can understand the confusion though. That's true. I haven't seen Jeff yet. I don't know. He's probably just getting out of church. Wouldn't have been the Beatles without John Lennon. I mean, people all say, well, who do you prefer, John or Paul? It's like I can't make an argument. The band wouldn't be the same without either of them. Paul had that golden voice, and John was the one that took the band in strange new directions. I mean, all the psychedelic era stuff that was largely John. That's always been my favorite era, kind of mid era of the Beatles. Revolver, Rubber Soul, Magical Mystery Tour. Oh, I know. If I see a T-shirt that looks cool, I'll just pick it up. So it's wherever it is. This one was actually a gift from Jordan, because when he was doing his European travel thing, Vogs, and this is when he went to Prague. He brought that back for me from Prague. So who's your favorite, Logan? John or Paul? Yes, she is. She's a very beautiful woman. Jordan's a very lucky guy. I'm glad you like it. Keep watching and make sure you're subscribed and tell your friends. I'd really like to get Matt to the point where he has enough subscribers that he can monetize. I still think I still think there's uh, I still think this could be one of those things that could be like they run them in like doctors' offices or in the dentist or someplace. Just have it running in the background to kind of help, kind of keep people calm. Paul has a beautiful voice. I'll give him that, and does some really great songs. I do like some of the Eastern philosophies George brought in. That was kind of cool. And Ringo's a great drummer. Yeah, but good for the Beatles. Yeah, he's not an amazing drummer, but he's a good drummer. There you go. All right. Well, Daddy's always right. Yeah, we can be kind of harsh sometimes. That's all right. The Beatles didn't really need a out there drummer. They needed one that could kind of keep time and just keep a basic beat. And Ringo was good for that. Daddy likes Rush. Okay. Yeah, Ringo has a great sense of humor. Well, it's kind of hard not to like Neil. No, but then again, I never really watched Monday Night Football. Was never really my scene. Wow, really into Neil then, isn't he? Huh? Inagata Davida, huh? Actually, the longest rock song I like is "Thick as a Brick" by Jethro Tull. Anybody remember when Bart Simpson tricked the organist at church in playing Inagata Davida by calling it "In the Garden of Eden"? Yeah, I know about Jessica and AC/DC. No, Rock Shop wasn't open on the days they were here. Maybe next time. I think my niece might really get a kick out of that place. She was fascinated with my rocks. Every time we were just here, she would be over there staring at the rocks. So I think when I get to the point where I put those in my will, maybe that's going to go to her. Not allowed to watch Bart. That's probably a good thing. Well, hello, bye. Thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye moving there. Yeah, early Pink Floyd had some really great long songs. Yeah, he misses his sister. Yeah, yeah, Bite would never be lonely at your house with that menagerie you have over there. You gonna come up, visit, huh? He's thinking about it. I bet you would, Logan. I don't know. Bite's almost bigger than you are, though, even with your 2 inch growth spurt. Soup, that sounds good. Thanks for stopping in, Gene. See you next time. Jessica's coming home. That sounds like fun. You can play ACDC together. It's good to get a special deal with the Easter Bunny like that. Not everybody can pull that off. Yeah, I think my favorite holidays are Christmas, Halloween, and 4th of July. This is going to be a biggie for America, too. 250 years this year. Yeah, I suppose that Easter would be kind of a difficult one. Your favorite, your birthday, huh? Hey, yeah, why not? I mean, it's all about you. Hey, buddy. Yeah, that's too bad. Adam's videos probably would have been pretty cool. I don't know. I might have to find something cool. Maybe the Fourth of July event in Waco again. I don't know. I haven't heard who they're having play this year. A couple years ago, it was the Commodores, and it was great. I got a bunch of those bicentennial quarters, bicentennial half dollars, bicentennial dollars. Still have those. I collected those like crazy. Here, I'll go get them for you. That'd be a good thing to kill a little time with. Here, I'll show you my bicentennial coin collection. Be right back. Yeah, I had fun with them. I'm kind of obsessive compulsive about things like that. So something seems interesting, and I'll tend to. Let's see, what do I got? So I got a whole bunch of the bicentennial quarters. Got a whole stack of those. Can't really see it. It says 1776, 1976. So I got a stack of those. And these are bicentennial half dollars. Let's see, yeah. With Kennedy on them. And I got a couple of the bicentennial dollars. That was the one that had the moon and the Liberty Bell on it. So those were kind of fun. Yeah, all sorts of fun coins here. No, just some silver dollars. So yeah, I like anything that's kind of unusual. So for a while, the post office was giving change in Sacagawea dollars. So I got a whole bunch of those. Those are really kind of cool. Let's see, what's the right way to show that? Like that, I think. So I got a big stack of those. And Susan B. Anthony dollars, they were a big thing there for a while. And so they were giving, they were giving change like that too. So I got a whole bunch of those. And then if you live in the US, you know that for the last 20 years or so, they've been coming up with like custom quarters for states, for the different states in the union. So I got a bunch of those too. I got a couple of steel pennies from World War II when they didn't have copper. Yeah, we just discontinued pennies here too. I got a Sparkletts water bottle filled with them, so Fleet Week in Houston, huh? That's fun. Yeah, you can still use them. They're just not making them anymore. Yeah, see, I probably got a few thousand pennies. I don't know if it's 3 days. I know that when I came back from my mom's funeral a couple of years ago, I went to Carlsbad Caverns in the morning, and then left Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico about 11ish, and drove all the way home that night and got home by about 10 o'clock at night. And that's probably 2/3 of the way through the state. So I don't know. I don't know about 3 days, maybe 2 days. Well, most pennies now are made out of zinc with like a copper coating on them. Yeah, well, that was the reason they moved off the copper. It turned out the copper in the pennies was worth more than the penny. And that was when they moved to zinc because that costs less. But now it's not worth it to make it out of zinc either. Yeah, me too, Kenneth. In fact, I think I got to replace mine because I moved it recently and I put it down too hard and it cracked. No, I don't think I've ever been to the Palm Springs Air Museum. That sounds like a fun thing, though. I've seen we there used to be F-117As that would fly that would shoot the canyons where I lived in California. So I saw those a few times. Those are cool. Yeah, especially with people like me, Mark, who kind of hoard them and keep them. No, I haven't seen Hail Mary. What's it about? I don't know. I haven't seen the numbers. It's way up there. $6,000 an ounce. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, no, it's looks like 47.71 currently. Oh, is that the one that your house is in, Logan? Yeah, I think your mom mentioned that. They've been trying to do that for decades. There was talk at one point it was going to go from Disneyland to Vegas. Trust me, it'll never happen. That's just a money pit. I'm the same way, Logan. I don't get scared at scary movies because I'm always asking myself, I wonder how they did that. I think the last semi-scary movie I watched was Reanimator. That's still one of my favorite horror comedy movies. Yeah, I could go for a George Jetson car right about now. You can look up just about anything on the internet. Yeah, I don't know. I have concerns about self-driving cars too. Yeah, it was a famous cartoon called the Jetsons. That was something that we grew up. Ask your mommy about it. I'm sure she watched it. All right, glad you can stay along, Mark. You like the Smurfs, huh? Okay. Her mommy liked the Smurfs. Yeah, they were a little bit after my time. It ran on reruns though for a long time. I like Lost Boys. It's a good movie. It's the only other place I've ever seen Alex Winter from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Yeah, I got a DVD collection with like Warner Brothers classic Looney Tunes. Got all the classics, Marvin the Martian, all that stuff. Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner, Starvin' Marvin. That's South Park, isn't it? Taz, yeah, I remember Taz. Elmer Fudd, yeah. Yeah, I don't think Mr. Magoo or Matilda Gorilla, Yogi Boo Boo. I don't think that's on my because I think the thing I have is Looney Tunes specific. Probably Foghorn Leghorn. And then get the disc here. Let's see what was that. I don't think I had Speedy Gonzalez either. Let me see. Let me get the disc. Where is it? The Looney Tunes. There it is. It is. It's Looney Tunes. Tweety Bird. Yes, it is. That's all the ones that they have. So yeah, I see Sylvester, Roadrunner, Taz, Tweety, Marvin the Martian, Bugs, Wile E. Coyote, and Daffy. So that's a good one. The rooster was Foghorn Leghorn. Yeah, I was just thinking of Who Framed Roger Rabbit too. That was a great car. That was a great cartoon. Elmer Fudd. I mean, he's part of that. Yeah. See, there's pictures of Elmer Fudd on the back with Bugs and Daffy. So yeah, that's on the. I guess he just didn't make the cover. I think that was one I got like for almost for free when I was working at Warner Brothers. Let's see, what did I put on last night? I was watching. Doctor Detroit. Anybody remember that? Dan Aykroyd, Howard Hessman. Doctor Detroit was a movie I remember watching way, way, way back when it came out, and I hadn't had it in my collection. I saw it like in the $2 bin and picked it up. It's like this is actually a really good movie. Yeah, Dan Aykroyd is one of those actors that's just great in anything he's in. Yeah, I haven't seen Day the Earth Stood Still in a long time. That's a good movie though. No, I don't know if I saw that one. I like Keanu Reeves, but no, there's certain movies that don't need to be made again, and Day the Earth Stood Still is one of them. There's so many. I don't like it for the most part when they remake movies. It's no good. You know what I'm glad is there's never been an ET sequel or a remake. Oh, I love Get Smart. Yeah, right. Don't move silent. Cone of silence. That's what it was. Yeah. I went to his grave once. Yeah, I think it was THX 1138. Yeah, I think you're right. Spielberg's film. And that turned into the THX sound system we have now. I also think there's a THX 1138 reference in Star Wars. Of course not. Like, you're never going to be able to outdo Don Adams. Yeah, Pink Panther too. You can't outdo Peter Sellers. No, honestly, I got to admit the only thing I have with Peter Sellers in is Doctor Strangelove. That's a great movie. Yeah, or How I Learned to Love the Bomb. That's a great movie. Peter Sellers plays two parts in that. Anyway, I think I've done my 2 hours, so we're going to pull the plug on this one and we'll pick this up again next week. Thanks everyone for stopping in. It was good talking to everyone. Thanks for being in here, Logan. We'll see you again next time. Good night, everyone.